I remember the weight of a name before I remember the warmth of a cradle. I am Mikael, father, hunter, the hand that would shape and break the family that bears my name. This is how I began, when the first fissure opened, why I took the path I did, and the date that marks the first breath that set my course. I was born on 12th of November, 940, in a house of peat smoke and iron, where the sea's cold taught men to be hard, and the hearth taught them to lie. My mother's prayers were short and sharp. My father's lessons were given with a belt and a scowl. From the first I learned that mercy is a luxury, and that a man who cannot strike first will be struck last. I became by degrees, by vows, by scars, by the slow accumulation of enemies. I learned to read the world as a ledger. Debts owed, debts collected. I was a soldier before I was a father, a man who measured worth by the steadiness of a hand in battle. When the dark things came for my kin, I answered with steel and with a stubbornness that would not be argued down. I taught my children to stand, to fight, to never trust the soft promises of men who would sell them for comfort. Why did I become what I became? Because fear is a contagious thing, and I would not let it spread through my blood. I had seen women and children crushed beneath the slow tyranny of kings and priests, and I swore that my line would not be prey. Love for my family hardened into a doctrine. Protection at any cost. I believed then that the world could be ordered by force, and that a father's duty was to make his children unbreakable, even if the making left them less human. There is a night I return to like a bruise. The moon a thin coin, the air full of the smell of smoke and iron. Betrayal came not as a single blade, but as a dozen small cuts, a pact broken, a trust sold, a child taken. In the aftermath, I found myself standing over ruins and promises, hands that had once blessed now stained. The change in me was not mystical so much as inevitable, a man who had learned to answer every threat with violence, who had made enemies of mercy, who had let vengeance become a creed. I keep 12 November 940 like a tally and a warning. What I built was order, and what I wrought was fear. My children learned to survive. Some learned to love, some to rule, some to rebel. I taught them to be hard, and in teaching I forged chains as well as shields. Call me protector or tyrant, butcher or father. Names are small things. What endures is the shape of my choices.